Welcome to yet another motherboard unboxing on Linus Tech Tips. This is the MSI 990FXA-GD80. So the title tells us a few things. It tells us this is a 990FX motherboard. It tells us it has USB 3, as I recall correctly, is what that suffix means. And it is a GD80, which means it is part of their premium line of boards. So it has a 3-year warranty in Canada, Mexico, and the USA. It features their military class 2 concept, which means higher quality components for longer lifetime, cooler operation, and better reliability. It features full support for AMD unlocked FX series processors. These are not yet released, but they will be supported on this board once they are. Full support for AMD CrossfireX, NVIDIA SLI, and Windows 7, I pretty much take for granted. It features OC Genie 2, which is one-touch overclocking, USB 3, and SATA 3 6 gigabit per second. On the back of the board, we see a few things here. High C caps with tantalum cores for 8 times longer lifetime anticipated. Super ferrite chokes for 30% higher current capacity, and solid capacitors for 10 plus years of ultra-long lifetime. We also have, that's funny. It doesn't say anything about ClickBIOS on here, although I would think that this particular board would support it. But I have no way of knowing for sure other than firing it up. So here is the quick guide, which gives us a look at the, oh, here we go, BIOS setup. No, it does not feature ClickBIOS, I guess, unless they just haven't updated this document. Okay. There is a layout of the board itself showing you where everything is and what everything is, but that's okay, we're going to show you the board itself anyway. Drivers and Utilities DVD, download the latest from the MSI website. Multi-GPU SLI video link card, I think they mean cable, but that's okay. Another SLI connector and another SLI connector. Now, mixing and matching these connectors, I am assuming you would be able to run 4-way SLI. So I guess that's what they mean for you to do. We've also got 6 SATA 3 6 gigabit per second connectors. All of them are right angle, as well as 2 Molex to SATA power adapters. Next, we have an internal USB 3 header to a PCI USB 3 bracket with 2 ports on it. We have the M connector to make your front panel connectors and front USB a little bit easier to hook up. Next, we have a black I/O shield. We have a hard drive backup, utility user guide, quick installation guide, certificate of quality and stability, it's shiny as well, a software application user guide, and a motherboard user guide. And it looks like, based on everything in this user guide, yeah, this is a standard, like older style BIOS board. Although, correct me if I am wrong on that one, guys. Nope, it's ClickBIOS. There we go. Yay, we found it. So that means you can use the mouse inside the BIOS, although that looks kind of weird. So it looks like an older style BIOS with a mouse cursor on it, but I don't know what they're going for here. Also features supercharger, so you can charge your iPad, iPhone, or mobile phone at high speed, even while the computer is shut down. Very, very useful feature. So let's go ahead, take the board out of the packaging, and we can have a look at it. Might even draw some little conclusions about what kind of board we're dealing with here. I can tell you right now, GD80 is going to be a very high-end board, very overbuilt. You can see there's a boatload of power phases over here to the left of the CPU socket. I'm just going to move the military class 2 sticker here. And you can also see that that is a socket AM3 Plus. So that means that with this bracket, you can put any AM3 or AM3 Plus compatible CPU in there. That includes the upcoming Bulldozer CPUs from AMD. You can also use any AM2, AM3, AM2 Plus, any AM whatever CPU cooler, as long as it supports the heat output of the CPU that you put inside. Alright, we've got a nice little military class 2 styled PWM heatsink here. We've also got a heatsink for the chipset and another heatsink for the other more different chipset. Our 8-pin power connector is in the top left in its ideal location, and our 24-pin power connector is along the right-hand edge of the board in its ideal location. We've got support for dual-channel DDR3 memory. It is color-coded for easy dual-channel operation. And moving down the board, we have 6 SATA 3 6 gigabit per second ports, all supported by the AMD chipset. So unlike Intel chipsets that are currently out there, all 6 are running off the AMD chipset, and they're all running at SATA 3 6 gigabit per second. This is great. This is the first right angle USB 3 front panel header that I have seen, and I like it. That's a great location for it because as great as it is to have your front panel headers down here, where most of them still are, this is actually closer to the front of the case and thus more convenient. Here are our front panel connectors as well as an LED readout. So there's a post readout. If you're having any issues with the board, it'll give you an error code here that'll help you fix it. Here's the front powered USB, so that is the one that is good for supercharger for the iPad or any other tablet. Charging them, you will require that higher powered port. And there's a regular front USB, front FireWire, front panel audio, little THX sticker going on here. All right, let's have a look at the PCIe layout. So we have one PCIe 1X, two PCIe 1X, four PCIe 16X, and one PCI. But let's have a look at what these are actually wired for. If you're going to run in 16X mode, you are going to want to use these two slots because those are running at full bandwidth. These two right here are only running at 8X mode. So what that means is if you're running 3 GPUs, you're going to want to go this one, this one, this one. So 8X, or probably 16, 8, or 8, 8, 16, something along those lines would be my guess. And if you're running 4 GPUs, it'll run 8X, 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 8X. 2 GPUs, 16X, 16X. So if you do install 2 graphics cards, you're going to be left with one PCI, one PCIe 8X, and one PCIe 1X for expansion. Moving along to the back of the board, we've got 2 dedicated PS2 ports for keyboard and mouse respectively, a clear CMOS button, optical and coaxial digital audio out. We've got 4 USB 2.0 ports. We've also got, that was 6 USB 2.0 ports. Right there is one of those funky eSATA USB 2 combo ports. Very handy. FireWire port, gigabit Ethernet, USB 3.0, 2 of those, and 7.1 audio out. I want to show you guys where the fan headers are on this particular board. Here's our CPU fan header. That is a 4-pin PWM. We've also got a 3-pin here, a 3-pin here, a 3-pin here, a 3-pin right here, and that is about it. So appropriate build for something like this would be a couple high-end cards, probably somewhere in the 750 to 850 watt power supply range, and a high-end 6-core or 8-core processor. Thank you for checking out my unboxing of the 990FXA-GD80 from MSI. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos.